In this video, I'm going to break down the multiple choice section of the AP US History exam. Remember, on the multiple choice section, you're going to get 55 minutes to do 55 questions, and this section will count for 40% of your total score. First, a little history lesson. Back in the day, the US History exam used to be little random bits of trivia in the multiple choice section. Each individual question would test a different concept, like Plessy v. Ferguson or the Hudson River School. But a few years ago, they changed the format to focus less on individual bits of trivia and more on documents. You'll see a document and then a series of between 2 and 5 questions related to that document. Now, this change in format completely transformed how you need to prepare for the exam. When the test was just little bits of trivia, you needed like a box of flashcards to just learn all the random bits of trivia in isolation. Now that the questions are grouped together around documents and key concepts, you need to attack this section differently. First, you need to look at the questions as a group rather than individually, and you need to work past the document and focus on the questions first. Take a quick glance at the document. Is it something you recognize? Is this the Declaration of Independence or the Seneca Falls Convention? Or is it something you don't know? Look at the author and the date, but then skip over the text and look at the questions. What kinds of questions are they asking? What topics are they raising? Is it all about the progressive era? Is it about the colonies before the American Revolution? Get the big picture. Then read through the document quickly. Now, in theory, the document should provide this opportunity for a rich question based on analysis and thoughtfulness. In reality, the questions are only loosely based on the document. They're more about topics related to the document. Let's look at this example. You see a passage with 4 questions. The text is from Alfred Thayer Mahan's famous work from 1890 on American naval power. Now, don't get lost in all this 1890s jargon. Let's go straight to the questions. The first question's asking about the belief about American exceptionalism that underpinned Mahan's book. And this is actually an old-style trivia question disguised as a document question. It's just asking you about one simple vocabulary term. So reading the document isn't going to really help that much. What you need to know is that manifest destiny was this belief that the United States was obviously destined to take over all of North America. What Mahan was doing was expanding this beyond North America and taking it across the Pacific. Our great naval power justified taking over the whole world. So the point is that you still need to actually study names, dates, places, and key terms. And you need to figure out how the test writers are testing that trivia on these supposedly document-based multiple choice questions. But you also need to relate these concepts to each other. You have to pay attention to the key concepts of the curriculum. While you do this, you should avoid getting bogged down in analyzing the passages and focus on the questions first. Yes, some of these multiple choice questions are going to require you to analyze the passage, but most of them can be answered without that hard work. So focus on the content they're testing and how they're applying it to this individual document.